Fluffy's high-stakes heist. You'd think, after the great catnip incident and the fish market fiasco, I'd take it easy, right? Wrong. Legends don't retire. Heroes don't rest. And I'm Fluffy, the cat your mother warned you about. Chapter 1. The Proposition. It all started with the laser pointer. Not the cheap dime store variety, the real deal. My human, in their infinite wisdom, thought they could exercise me. Exercise. Please. I let them bask in the delusion for 3 laps around the living room before I flopped dramatically mid-chase, feigning exhaustion while plotting my next big move. That night, as I sprawled on my windowsill, Rodrigo appeared, the self-proclaimed king of the alleys and my occasional partner in crime. Rodrigo was a hairless sphynx with the cunning of a fox and the charm of a used scratching post salesman. "Fluffy," he whispered, his wide eyes glinting in the moonlight. "You in?" "In for what?" I asked, flicking my tail and pretending not to care. He grinned, his furless face somehow managing to look both mischievous and deeply unsettling. "The big heist. Gourmet cat treats, locked up tight in the vet's office. After hours, now I have my issues with the vet. Who doesn't? But the idea of raiding their stash of premium snacks? Tempting. I pawed at my collar, pretending to mull it over. What's the catch? Motion sensors, Rodrigo admitted, and a guard dog. I laughed so hard I nearly fell off the windowsill. Let me get this straight. You want me to dodge lasers and outsmart a slobbering mutt for pâté? What's next, defusing a bomb for kibble? Chicken pâté, he corrected. Game on. Chapter 2. Breaking and Entering. We made our move at midnight. Rodrigo led the way, his furless frame slipping through the shadows like an eel in oil. I, on the other hand, embraced my fluff. Stealth isn't about blending in, it's about moving like you own the place. And trust me, I did. We slipped through a vent, landing with feline precision in the vet's office. The place reeked of antiseptic and bad memories, but the scent of gourmet treats overpowered it. There it was, the Holy Grail. A glass cabinet stuffed with cans and bags of the finest feline delicacies, guarded by a web of red lasers crisscrossing in front of it. "Your move, Fluffy," Rodrigo whispered, his voice tinged with doubt. I stretched, unsheathing my claws. "Watch and learn." What followed was nothing short of artistry. I leaped, twisted, and pirouetted through the lasers, a symphony of grace and precision. My fluff barely grazed a beam as I landed softly in front of the cabinet. Rodrigo's jaw dropped. "I hate you," he muttered, his tone laced with admiration. "Join the club," I replied, popping the cabinet open with a flick of my paw. Years of raiding kitchen cupboards had prepared me for this moment. Chapter 3. The Snack That Almost Killed Us. We tore into the stash like starving lions, feasting on chicken pâté, salmon bites, and even those fancy tuna flakes they reserve for special occasions. That's when we heard it. A low, menacing growl. The guard dog. Rodrigo froze, his furless tail sticking straight up like an antenna. "What do we do?" he whispered, panic in his voice. I calmly licked a bit of pâté off my paw. "Follow my lead." Grabbing a bag of treats in my teeth, I hurled it at the mutt. The bag landed with a satisfying thud, spilling its contents across the floor. The dog's growl turned to a delighted snuffle as he dove into the snack pile, his tail wagging furiously. "Idiots are predictable," I said, nodding toward the vent. "Run." Chapter 4. The Aftermath. We burst through the vent and sprinted through the alley, pâté crumbs trailing in our wake. Back at my house, Rodrigo collapsed onto the windowsill, panting. "You're insane, Fluffy. That was amazing." "Tell me something I don't know," I replied, grooming a paw like I hadn't just danced through lasers and outsmarted a slobbering brute. The next morning, my human found me sprawled on the kitchen counter, a pilfered bag of pâté by my side. They sighed, muttering something about trust issues before pouring their coffee. Rodrigo insists we lay low for a while, but I'm already planning my next move. Because when you're fluffy, the world is your scratching post, and chaos is your playground.